Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good after midnight. Happy New Year to people in Australia. I'm not very sure if it's New Year in Western Australia yet, but I think it is in Eastern. And welcome to New Year's Eve with me. Sorry, with the guys. And here they are. Hang on, Jake's lost his. He forgot.
It's early, man. This is one of Wayne's.
For your delectation today, we've got JP, we've got Jake, we've got Dale, looking at some windows above.
Look at that. We've actually got Wayne singing.
Yay! We've got Scotty as well. Shug's not in today. He's back at work, but he will probably be in on Saturday night for New Year's Day party. What we're doing today, anyway, put you guys back in the background. Bring up that chat, change camera. There we are. We've got a piece of sycamore on the lathe today. Quite highly figured sycamore, so it may well get some colour. About 12 inches diameter, just under 2 inches deep. So again, it's going to be a platter, probably a wide-rimmed platter with some colour in there, just for a change, just because I can.
And if it comes off the lathe, don't forget you just.
Gosh, dang it!
I made the mistake of letting Jamie in to manage this.
It takes
manage
a minute.
StreamYard as well.
It takes a minute to get
Right.
used to it.
I'm turning at about 820 revs. So I'll carry on doing some turning, and I'll let the guys do what they usually do. And I'll try not to swear.
So, what we'll do, I think, is something like, regardless of where you are in the universe at this particular moment, we'll go with Happy New Year to Brian Watkins, Happy New Year to Chris Dodds, Happy New Year to Copper Wood Tunning, Happy New Year to David J. Hayes, Happy New Year to Douglas Mungham, a Happy New Year to Jake, Happy New Year to James Crawford, a Happy New Year to Jennifer's Crafting Creations, a Happy New Year to Jamie PP, Happy New Year to Chris, Happy New Year to Lawrence Begida, some fab bloke from Scotland could go take a flying. Happy New Year to Michael Azzopardi, Happy New Year to Michael McEwen, Happy New Year to Paul Houghton, the Greasby Turner, Happy New Year to Rex B, Happy New Year to Robbo Robertson, and that one's probably genuine by now, depending where Robbo is. Happy New Year to Joey at Steel Blade, Happy New Year to Terry Battler, a Happy New Year to the Blue Light Tumbler, and a Happy New Year to Wayne the Wood Turner, and a Happy New Year to YV Woodshed. Anyone else that came in, a Happy New Year.
Douglas is saying Happy Hogmanay, Jake, Wayne, Dale, Scott, JP, and everyone else.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello. How is
What's
it?
up, Martin? Martin
How
Breeze.
you doing? Martin Brees. How you doing?
How you doing?
I see,
Welcome to everybody. Thanks for coming along.
I just got a
Yours,
notification. I just got a notification that you're live, so we can start now.
Oh, right.
Okay.
That. Cheers, Jake. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
I'm not starting. I've not got the notification yet.
Oh,
No, nor have I.
I haven't either.
I might subscribe first and eat him instead.
I've got to subscribe first. Chris Schwind is out there. Not forgetting
Robbo.
the D.
Robbo says,
the D.
Robbo says, I hope to hell it's better than last year. I think there's a few of us. I think there's a few of us in that space, Robbo.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this year you might stop pen turning and do some
Yeah,
real
look,
turning.
Wayne's fallen over.
What happened to Wayne?
Oh,
yeah.
there he is. There he is.
Do you have an end of lathe cam, Wayne? Like along the bed. Do you have a camera that goes along the bed?
Oh, hang on. You mean like that?
Oh goodness.
Ooh, there you go.
I love it.
I just want to go on the record that just to prove that I'm actually paying attention to what the man does. just laying
Well,
it
there's
out
that one. There's that one, or there's that one.
That one's
No,
better.
the other one. Yeah, that one.
That one.
That one.
That one's better.
That one.
We want
We
we
want
want
I
that
want
one.
that one.
We want that
I
one.
want that one.
For people who don't get that reference, just go on YouTube, type in Lou and Andy from Little Britain.
Pete Twisted Tree says, I often find notifications of Wayne starting translate to Wayne is finished.
Well, he normally has. He goes that fast.
As long as Pete those notifications when you get them and they're late and he's closed, you have to, as an honorific, say, "Are you joking, man? You're joking."
You're joking, man.
I tell you what, the sycamore is particularly hard.
Stuart Sim?
How you doing?
Did you hear that, Sycamore?
That bit's going to come out.
Matt
That's how to come
Wackley's
out that
in.
bit.
He says the money
Hello,
shot.
Matt.
What's up, Matt? Matt.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
That could have been painful.
that's a feature.
It could have been.
Wayne, is that how you're supposed to use a gouge?
That was a chisel.
Oh, it's very rusty.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Matt, I sent you a message on Facebook, mate.
Looking from a window above. Some bugger gave us a shove. I need to have more beer. What do you think?
Yeah, you do.
Saul,
Get it.
Saul,
Get it.
Saul.
He's in.
Wait,
Polish,
wait.
mate.
This is a genuinely important question, right?
What's
Saul,
that?
for which can it be a Saul, Doombar, Brothers Toffee Apples, which is technically cider,
That's quite
Corona,
nice.
Corona, San Miguel, and the last one I have here is more of that Scottishy beer, that Ossian.
Go for San Miguel.
just have one of each.
Oh well, at some point it's a run out. But
Oh,
hey,
yeah, that plan's there.
there's a journey to that. What do you think, guys? San Miguel?
Go for San Miguel, yeah.
That'll come
One
out
of
in a minute.
One of the only ones I've heard of.
Corona. Hey, Corona. Hey.
We've had enough of that this year. I laughed.
Tails Corona.
Remember, folks, if you have a question for Wayne, prefix it with, is he still sober? Can he answer? You know, so if you want Wayne to answer a question, please prefix your question with, is he still sober? Can you answer? Can he answer? I should say.
Have you got a question for the chat today, Dale? Or do you want me to get one again?
I don't have a question. There's a question there from Douglas Munnon who's asking me, and I must confess I have no idea. He's saying, do you know how Steve did on the Sally Army, please? Wayne, you might be able to answer that.
No, the last time I looked, I'm not very sure if it's still open, but the last time I looked, it was well over £4,000.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Graham Taylor's clearly a man who's experienced the Ossian. Yeah, the Ossian's quite good, isn't it, sir?
Eric Winkler's in.
How you doing?
Our
And
very own
Woodworm
wood-turning
Paul.
phones. Hello, Paul. How are you doing?
Now, I don't think Ashley will be in on this one because she's probably still asleep. But we were having a chat last night, and she was talking about how she, at the moment, when she's doing bowls, uses a tenon, but is getting hacked off because they keep on breaking. So I did say that I rarely use a tenon, and I was going to show her how to use a mortise. So what I've got my dividers set up to 70 mil, which is the size of the external fitting on my chuck jaws. 70 mil is around about 2 3/4 of an inch, I think.
So she said. Michael McEwen says that the final take was £3,729 plus 533 in gift aid.
Yeah, I thought it was over 4. Right, so I've got that set up, and I'll explain why it's set up like that once I flip this around. So I'll just get this cleaned out.
Brooke Alexander's in.
And I think Jake was saying in the chat last night about the depth of the mortise, because I don't tend to use a very deep mortise. As I find, as long as you set the mortise up properly for the chuck jaws, it doesn't really need to be that deep. Certainly when you're doing this type of thing, when you're doing platters and things like this, it doesn't need to be that deep. Obviously, if you're doing deeper bowls, I would go with a deeper mortise.
I have
I've
a
been going.
question
I've been
for the-
going deep.
But hey, I have a question for the chat, Jamie. If you've not got one,
Go for it, mate.
what is your wood turning New Year's resolutions, people? What are your wood turning New Year's resolutions?
Make shallower mortises.
Right. The other thing to do is trying to get the angle of the dovetail set right. So many years ago, I made this. Which camera am I on? That one.
That one.
Okay. You can actually buy something like this. I'm sure Sobeys do one.
They do.
But I made this one, and it's just a small chisel which I've ground on the grinder to the correct angle to give a proper angle for the mortise. So that's the mortise done. I'll explain about the chuck once I flip it round. So I'll carry on again.
So my New Year's resolution, wood turning resolution, is to get a chance to do some in the new workshop.
There you go.
Nice.
Believe it or not, Dale's actually a really good wood turner.
My arse, I am.
I think you are.
I think I'm a distinctly subpar wood turner.
You've made some pretty good bowl blanks.
Absolutely. You know, I know. If you're talking about flat work,
I've got some
I'm
good
there.
views from him.
I've got that kind of thing. You know.
I've got some good views from him.
Hey.
I think my wood turning resolution is not necessarily wood. It's sort out the tags for resin videos, because resin doesn't seem to do well on my channel.
Listen, if you've got problems with tags, little bits of thread and vinegar, mate, that's what sorts it out.
Yeah, there you go. I need to figure out where I'm going wrong with them.
I highly figured this. So the bottom of this bowl is not getting coloured, so I'll just sand this to 240. So I'll start off with my usual 80 grit.
Can I ask a question before you do?
Yep.
Genuine question. Was the
Yep.
see the I'm going to use the phrase here, inclusion, the inclusion in the bottom, was that giving you grief when you're bringing the edge down, because it looks like there's a ridge there, mate? Just
Yeah,
on the camera.
a little bit. Just here, this is that inclusion bit that I took out earlier on. But this area here is very, very hard, where this feathering is. It's very hard. And I just sharpened me gouge, but it wasn't doing very well.
Wayne, there's a question from Stuart in the chat. He says, Wayne, some wood turners can be a bit sniffy about leaving a chucking point on a finished piece. Do you ever reverse mount it and turn the mortise away?
Rarely.
Let them be sniffy.
Rarely. The only time I do tend to do that is if I'm putting a piece in for a competition. Because certainly if it's in the UK, we've got the AWGB, which is Association of Wood Turners of Great Britain. and the way that they judge, they sort of they take into account whether the mortise has been taken off or not. So if I am entering a piece into a competition, I will certainly take the mortise off.
Eric Winkler's got a question. If I have a very heavy piece of ironwood, and when I have a small tenon, it would come off the lathe when coring out a piece for another bowl. Would a recess hold it any better, or my chuck not dovetail?
Right, it may well hold better. What I find a lot of the time, depends on which coring system you use. I've got the McNaughton system, but the likes of the one-way system, what's the one in the UK? I'm forgetting the other one in the UK now. But people do tend to bring the tail stock up when using the coring systems, and that makes it more secure.
Wind beneath our wings. Only because we've had too much curry.
Wind beneath my bed.
Wind beneath these.
These nuts. Got 'em.
Yeah, I think Dale's got his name in now as looking at the windows above, because in Mini Maple Studios, the new workshop, I think he's just had a couple of skylights fitted.
55, yeah, what, half a meter by 1 meter skylights for them. All on a bank to give fantastic natural light into the place.
Benjamin is in. He hopes his legs don't break walking on the moon. Pete from Twisted Trees says woodcut is the UK coring system I use. Find that it works with a big 10 and 90 millimeters gripper jaws in his case.
Right, that's the one I was thinking of.
Joe Senior's in.
Hey, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
So again, this is just Chestnut Products cellulose spray-on sand and sealer.
Wood dudes in.
Hey, Stephen.
You have 61.
Wipe off the excess.
Sorry,
Excellent.
you have 62 gloriously beautiful human beings watching you on this fine Friday, the last Friday of 2021.
Just to do a little bit of a shameless plug, after my premiere tonight at 11 o'clock PM UK time, at 11:30 I'll be doing a live to see the new year in with Dale, Jake, Cole and Robin Jacobson, Matt from Wacky Works Woodshop, and Joey over at Steel Blade Woodworks.
Go Home
Have
Depot.
a bit of a fun chat, and I don't know, we're just gonna have a talk and see what we're going to be talking about. So if you fancy that, then come along.
And I'll be in the background in the chat taking the piss.
As always. And on that note, with hands that feel pity can be soft as your face, with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
Right. Also, I mean, in the link tree, it's pinned to the top of the chat. There is a link to Jamie's channel. There's also a link to Jake's channel for Saturday morning cartoons, which will be on tomorrow, 4 PM UK time. 10 a.m. Central. I've got
Cool
that too.
stuff
Fixed.
lined up. Cool
The
stuff
Yorkshire,
lined up.
the Yorkshire Get himself, Mr. Glenn Senior's in.
Hello,
Hey,
Glenn.
hey, Glenn.
Hello, mate.
Yeah,
Hello,
I'm
mate.
just using the Yorkshire Grit at the moment.
Like a
Oh, please, I
radar.
remember to turn the speed down, seeing as how Glenn's in.
If you want your bowl to be pretty, make sure you apply lots of gritty.
Mm.
I'll turn the speed up a bit. Get a clean piece of paper.
Do you regret giving him control of this, Wayne?
No, no, no.
You'll go
Like,
go through it. You'll go through it for sure, I promise.
Yep.
It's a process.
life's too short for regrets.
No regrets.
Did you say regrets or Egypts? Joe Senior's asking, what
well,
wood is it?
It's Sycamore Joe. It's quite highly figured Sycamore. So the top will get some colour because the way that I've mounted this on the lathe, although there's a lot of figuring on the bottom, there's a hell of a lot more on the top.
Benjamin says he's at the vet's getting a checkup, and Pete from Twisted Trees is followed up with, "Don't bite the nurse, Ben."
Yeah. It's getting dewormed.
John Braden says, question, would the record power Coronet Herald be powerful enough to use a coring system? I don't think it will.
No, I think it's only a 1
to be
horsepower.
honest.
It's only a 1 horsepower motor on the Coronet Herald.
They've got
some
a lot
people-
of torque,
well,
but I don't think it will
They
be
have got a
powerful.
lot of torque. What's the lowest speed on the
The
Coronet?
lowest speed. Let me have a quick look. Let me turn it on and let's have a look.
Because on the lowest pulley with a quite low speed, you might get away with
95.
right. You might get away with coring on the Herald, but it's recommended a 2 horsepower motor at least for doing coring.
Yeah, 95 it is.
One of the horses called Shergar, the other horse obviously called Red Rum.
Mhm.
I thought it would have been Mr. Ed, seeing how it needed lots of torque.
I was trying to figure out.
Well, I mean that's even better. You know, I mean, I
I
just
thought
went
it
with
was
the
Jamie, you know. Jake don't get a word
conversation.
in edgeway.
Hey, you hear that there? That was a cat going meow.
Meow, mate.
Now, I've just finished this off with some microcrystalline wax. Let's have a look at that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Doug Miller's in.
Hey, Doug.
So, Doug.
How you doing?
Right, flip this round now. Right, so I have explained this before, but like I say, Ashley was asking last night, and she's sure to watch this later on. When they make the jaws are machined out of 1 piece of metal, and then they're cut into 4. So you've got a bit of curve there. So when the chuck is closed all the way down, it's only the points where the jaws have been cut that actually hit the mortise. You've got to have the jaws open at least 2 mil for the jaws to be a full circle. And 2 mil on this, it's around about, open them up 2 mil on this, it's around about 70 mil on the circumference there. So that'll fit exactly into, or should, the mortise that I've done. Just going to open it up a little bit more. But that's it, locked in there. So we've got the full circle of the jaws actually hitting in the mortise and hitting on the dovetail. The other thing you don't want to do, don't take the mortise too deep so it actually bottoms out on the back of the jaws. You don't want to have them, take that back off. You don't want to have the mortise that deep that the bowl blank hits up against the back of the jaws. It needs to be sitting on the front face of the jaws.
Just comedy gold, that entire last 2 sentences.
Okay. So that's why you don't need to have a very deep cut mortise.
John Braden has
As
something
lo-
to say, which I think you should
Go on.
hear. I would like to wish you all a happy new year and thanks for all the informative videos and also the banter too.
Grand.
It's all good.
Snuck in behind him was Dory Sexy.
So, Dor.
What you doing?
Where's everyone gone? It's gone awfully quiet.
I'm here, mate. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused by something. So
Are you?
I've just got to message somebody to find out what the deal is.
So, your doctor?
Could be.
Joy from Steel Blade is describing himself as a present. Visions of him tying himself up with a bow.
He's a gift. He's a gift.
In the vain hope that his wife takes hold of the present. Question
Yeah.
from young John Scarborough. What speed are you turning at, Wayne?
What speed am I turning at? I could probably go a bit higher. About 1100.
Neil Gold's in and so's Katie's Shed.
Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Ashley.
What's up? How you doing?
You just gouge another sharpen. That's better.
The pool and his wallet cried.
When you're colouring figured sycamore, Wayne, what do you find works better, spirit stains or the intrinsics?
I only
If
tend
you
to use the intrinsics.
If you're going to use spirit stains, you have to have a Ouija board and a witch doctor handy.
Some smelling salts.
You know, and you have to conduct some strange voodoo.
But I think really in answer to your question, Scott, they both work equally well. The water-based and the spirit stains.
Another message from John Braden. It says, it's interesting to watch wood turning done by someone standing up because he's in a wheelchair. And body swaying is a bit of a problem because the wheelchair runs away from me.
I bet
Good
it
to
is.
go though, man. I'm not sure if we got this one, but Pete from Twisted Trees says he's been experimenting on a mortise depth on sea jaws, dovetail outside version, 10-inch blank, 2mm works with care, 1mm doesn't though. Can be exciting. Conclusion is 3mm normal, 4mm for raggedy timber.
Yeah, I tend to use the mortise I've got on this is around about 3 mil. That's what I tend to use. I did see I forget his name now, Jimmy Clues. I did see Jimmy Clues at Harrogate one time, turning a platter this sort of size with a 1/16 mortise in the bottom.
And Stephen the Wood Dude's got a question, Wayne.
Yeah.
He says, why have you got Colonel Sanders on your new logo?
Because I'm getting paid for it.
And I love chicken.
Not because your finger looking good.
Love chicken.
Andy H.
Jane said it was the other night you're on the telly. I said, I'm not on the telly at all. I've only ever been on the telly once, and that was for 7 seconds. She says, yeah, you're on the telly. You're living in Florida. It was bloody Billy Connolly.
I've said that before, I think. 3,000 RPM, no doubt. There's more shavings there than a shavy thing.
Playing hide and seek. There we go. Oh.
There we go. Right.
Joey wants to know what the heck is a telly.
Surely you've got tellies in the States.
No, I've got this. It's the tummy of a Teletubby.
Oh.
There isn't. I'm not unaware of any of the Teletubbies ever wearing a sombrero though.
A disco.
Great grain, says Douglas Mugham.
It is.
Beautiful. It is beautiful.
Copper Air Wood Tunning says patience, grasshopper.
Mm-hmm.
Looking from a window above.
We're all going to be singing that all afternoon now.
Yes.
Going to be stuck in your head.
Sorry about that.
Hmm.
I tell you, the only thing wrong with Jamie going live tonight at the time he's going live, if I'm bloody typing stuff in the chat, nobody will understand what his bloody says anyway.
You haven't got to worry, Wayne. There's not going to be an auction.
There's no Geordies.
See,
I'm back now.
when I've had a couple of drinks, I tend to type and join the upwriting. In fact, I tend to talk and join the upwriting as well. Right, what areas are we going to highlight? I think I'm going to try and highlight this area here, coming through there. So this is going to get sprayed black and then sanded back to try and bring out the highlight of when I do the other colours. So what colour have I
Douglas
got?
Mangum's asking, Wayne, Dale, do you get anyone come round with bits of coal tonight? Not tonight,
No,
sir,
I'm
tomorrow.
doing that. I'm doing that tomorrow with Dale's. I've got the coal, I've got the shortbread, and I've got a bottle of single malt in the car ready to take up. And my greeting to him when I land will be, "Lang me ye lumreek."
Grand, sir.
And for those of you who don't know what that means, it basically means, "Long may your chimney have smoke."
Hence the coal.
Yeah, I was hoping.
You made that. You're looking for a connection there, right? You're looking for a little something.
I had
Hang in.
Right.
Yeah,
so
Wayne,
what I'm hoping here, when
somebody's vandalising your bowl, Wayne.
Sorry.
Somebody's vandalising your bowl, Wayne.
Yeah,
Right,
they are, aren't they?
They're writing Team Scrosa on it.
Graffiti.
Turn that speed down. In fact, I probably don't even need this run.
Well, Jamie, what happened to Team Router?
I don't know, mate. I guess we won.
They lose.
We at war of attrition.
Yeah,
So again, what I'm hoping for here, when I sand this back, is some of the black will actually stay in the grain, and some of it will come out.
Dr. Bobson, he says, "Good day all for the last time from Washington, D.C. Now for the long train back to Detroit."
Woo.
I like that.
I like that one.
I like that one.
I like
I want
it.
that one.
I like it a lot.
Right, now we'll go with honey, which I've just sprayed all over my hand.
Oh.
Why? You like that honey a lot, right?
Oh, honey.
Right, and what we'll do, we'll go from the centre. The whole of the bowl is going to get coloured, so we'll go from the centre outwards, and then we'll finish off the rim with ruby.
Ruby's out in the chat. She'll not be happy about that.
She's been here the whole time.
I'm going to put more of the colour over the highlighted area, just to bring that out, and put some on the rim as well. Why not?
Has a landscape look from here with clouds.
Yeah,
That's cool.
looks
It's
like
done.
Sahara, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're done.
The Sahara board.
That's it.
Bowl. There you go, Wayne. It's the Sahara bowl.
Sahara bowl.
Sahara bowl? No, it's a platter.
Can you just paint some pyramids and camels on there as well?
And if you're not wanting to get any overspray onto the bottom of the bowl, always point the air gun in the direction away. Don't come in from this side, otherwise you're going to get overspray on the bottom.
Blast marks.
And again, highlight these areas, just put a bit of the ruby in there.
Ruby, ruby, ruby.
Oh, ruby and honey.
You're lost in a previous experience, aren't you, Jake?
A few of them. They call that flashbacks. That does
Right,
look cool, though.
I'm going to come back in just with a bit more honey, just to give a bit more depth.
Wayne's giving his honey more depth.
It's deep.
You have 60 wonderful, beautiful human beings watching you, young Wayne.
Excellent.
Folks,
Thank you very much, guys.
If you like what Wayne does, please remember and hit that thumbs up. If you haven't, if you're new to the channel, you've not been here before, go on, hit that subscribe button, and give that notification bell a bit of a clang. Chris Dodge reckons you could get a job as a spray tan expert. You think I might be with Graham Taylor on this one? It's looking a bit more like Mars now rather than the Sierra. The Martian Bowl. Call it SpaceX Bowl. Actually, change all the tagging to the SpaceX Bowl. You know, what I mean, the Martian Landscape Bowl, and you'll get, you know, what I mean, it'll go viral, mate.
This
Go viral.
bit here
Yeah.
is turned out particularly nice. I'm really liking that bit there.
Turn it round 90 degrees. There you go. A bit more. Other way. Sorry, my bad. There you go.
There you go.
That looks like a landscape. A Martian
There you go.
sunrise.
That's how I'll take the photograph then.
Yep. Martian sunrise. Hashtag SpaceX. Hashtag Mars One colony.
Hashtag Star Wars. Hashtag Star
No.
Trek. Hashtag
No.
Star Space Knights.
Hashtag Utopia Planitia.
Hashtag
Does she know you're using her name in vain?
What, Utopia?
Yeah. There we go.
It should have Mars theme from Host, the planets, as you do the video. It should be royalty free if you dig around. Chris Dodd says it could be the Australian desert. I quite like Mars. I think that sort of appeals to me.
There's a kangaroo spider.
A kangaroo.
A spider monkey.
It's a full-on spider baby.
Mhm.
I'm just taking the excess off the sand and sealer until it gets properly dried. And then I'll give it a quick knock back.
Joy from Steelblade Woodworks says it looks like a disco. Actually, he didn't say that. He says it looks like a cool frisbee. Wait, I actually said. My apologies.
A disco.
are.
A disco.
So I'm just going to use an orange Webrax pad just to knock back the sand and sealer a bit. This has got the orange ones have got equivalent grit of around about 1200.
John Scarborough saying, was that sanding sealer when?
Yes, it was. It was cellulose sand and sealer. If I'm doing water-based stains, I tend to use a cellulose sand and sealer. That way, the stains don't tend to mix together. It can happen if you use an acrylic sand and sealer with water-based stains. You can get the colours all just blending in together. I'm uncertain whether to use a lacquer on this or use a wax.
Lacquer.
Lacquer.
I think lacquer.
second.
People are going to
What
handle
is
it. People are going to handle it, Wayne. So just pause. People are going to handle that, hold it, and look at it, and turn it round about, kind of thing when they're touching it. There's only one way up it goes, but you know what I mean. So, lacquer,
Oh.
Ollie.
Acrylic.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Bless,
That blew
bless-
right up my nose, Wayne.
bless
Watch where
you.
you're pointing at. Watch where you're pointing at. Went right up my
Okay.
nose.
No bother. No bother. Right. I need some different lacquer now. That one's just run out.
Hey Dale, that's actually better. Laughing his ass off, says Joey. El Disco, he says hashtag El Disco.
Douglas Mongan is saying, Wayne, you smashed it out of the park.
Thank you.
just don't let the local council find out if you smashed it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Send someone round with a clipboard.
Now, the secret about putting lacquer on is numerous thin coats, not one thick coat. Because if you put too much on and it starts to run, well, if you put too much on it and start to bloom, where you get that white cloudy effect. But if you put too much on, it can also start to run as well. So what I'll do, I'll turn the speed down to around about 150 and just let that sit there just for a couple of minutes till it dries off a bit. I will use the hot air gun from quite a distance away so I don't get any or try not to get any
Shite.
bubbling on this.
Blow any shite onto the wet lacquer. That's a technical term, people. Shite is often
Shite,
used for
yeah.
ship high in transit.
We call it stuff.
Guff.
My boss said it was special high intensity training.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He just said this to you, though, right?
He says the more you can take, he says the better you'll progress.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Stunning.
Grand. I think that's about me, to tell you the truth.
Go find a mirror, have a look in it, and check, see if it is you.
It is me.
Very nice, mate.
There's nobody else that gets that ugly.
Remember,
It's like one of your
don't
sunset pictures.
don't then point your finger at yourself and shout, "That's the man, officer!"
Wasn't me. It was those big boys did it and ran away.
Mark Stratton's back again. Just in time, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Right, this is where I drop it.
Don't drop it. Be at one with the bowl.
Yeah, don't do that.
Drop the chuck, Keto.
Dropped it. Totally.
Yeah, that's fine.
The chuck
That's fine.
Pass
Doesn't
the
matter about
chucky
things
from the
like that.
left-hand side. Hey, pass the chucky from the left-hand side.
Right, here we go. See if I can get this in the right orientation. And there it is.
Look at that.
Boom.
Very
Oh,
nice.
wrong way. There we are.
Nice,
You
mate.
Yeah, the
Beautiful.
Martian landscape.
Yeah.
standing on and Olympus Mons, looking out across the landscape.
I hope you enjoyed that, guys.
Yeah.
Let's bring the New Year reprobates back in. There they are.
God damn it, Jimmy.
God
Do
dang it.
you know what that
Oh,
bowl is,
this-
Wayne? It's mint.
Mint. I haven't done green for ages. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're all going to have if you haven't already, had a wonderful evening and New Year celebration. I hope you do when it comes. I think I will be. I'll probably be in a chat room somewhere because there's nothing else happening in my house apart from me getting drunk. Thanks for all the nice comments. Thanks everybody for coming in. Just show you one final time. The bowl. There we go. I'll get some photos up this afternoon and let you see the end product. And on that note, lang may you lumreek. And I'm
You
eating
can't
my
go.
button.
You can't go.